Hello everyone, my name is Juan Candela and I want to thank you for listening to our presentation. My group members are Jamara Davis, Betty Henderson, and Maurice Sowers. Today I will be discussing the topic of raising minimum wage, since it is an important topic to current university business students. Minimum wage refers to the lowest amount any company can legally pay their employees. The specific amount may vary from state to state, since they have the option to raise it or use the minimum wage set by the federal government. Over the years, many have argued that the amount set by their state or federal government is too low for anyone to live on, despite 28 states having raised their minimum wage between 2003 and 2007 with the goal to reduce poverty rates. The rest of this presentation will cover general information regarding minimum wage and how it affects the workforce. The Fair Labor Standards Act was originally established in 1938. It not only set regulations for minimum wage, but also overtime pay, record keeping, and youth employment standards. These regulations affect employees in the private sector as well as federal, state, and local governments. The Fair Labor Standards Act was most recently revised in July 2009, where it was established that covered non-exempt workers are entitled to a minimum wage of no less than $7.25 per hour. Overtime pay should be a rate not less than 1 1/2 times the regular rate of pay and is required after 40 hours of work in one work week. As stated in the previous slide, the Fair Labor Standards Act was established in 1938. At that time, minimum wage was set for 25 cents an hour. The original act also banned oppressive child labor and set the maximum work week length for 44 hours. The U.S. Department of Labor offers a chart with the history of the federal minimum wage rates. If you are interested in looking at it, please click on the link found in the description box below the video. One thing to keep in mind about minimum wage is the fact that it is not tied to inflation. The minimum wage can only be changed when Congress acts. Therefore, regardless of the value of the American dollar, minimum wage will remain the same unless it is voted to increase. Due to this fact, the purchasing power of the wage drops in between times Congress has raised its value. The term real dollars refers to the income's adjusted purchasing power due to inflation. If you convert 1968's minimum wage to real dollars, its value is considered its highest in minimum wage history at $10.04. In between times Congress votes to change minimum wage, the real dollar value falls. In its most recent history, minimum wage has increased in 3 70-cent increments to $5.85 in July 2007, to $6.55 in July 2008, and to $7.25 in July 2009. The argument of whether or not to raise minimum wage has both pros and cons. Some of the pros in the argument are as follows. It would give employees a means to take care of their families without having to work multiple jobs or too much overtime. Raising minimum wage could also act as an economic stimulus. If you earn more money, you will spend more money. On the company side, it can help decrease turnover rates, which can save the company money that would be spent on training and orientation. With a higher minimum wage, the poverty level that is established by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services could be raised. It's also been reported that in some lower-level positions, abusive working practices are being used, as well as undocumented workers, which weakens the American working class. If Congress were to raise minimum wage, some of these practices could be eliminated. Studies from both USA and Europe have shown that increasing minimum wage does not destroy jobs, but instead helps stabilize the labor force. The other side of the argument is that Congress should not raise minimum wage for some of the following reasons. It could result in the loss of jobs or layoffs. Some businesses, especially the smaller ones, may respond in laying people off or terminating jobs as a result of the wage increase. In some cases, employees will take on numerous more responsibilities, resulting in the overworking of the employee to make up for the increase in pay. Some have also argued that if Congress were to raise the minimum wage, then it could cause low-wage workers to not pursue higher education in the hopes to receive higher pay since they are already receiving it. And finally, in most cases, lower paying jobs are already paying more than minimum wage, so why increase it? As students of North Carolina Central School of Business, we need to show North Carolina what we think. We are the future workforce and will have the most influence in the years to come. Everyone's voice is needed and matters. Now that we have informed you on the situation, you can all voice your opinions on where you stand when it comes to minimum wage. Let the nation know what you think. Should minimum wage be raised, lowered, or kept at the rate it is?